Thank you, bro. Shikaranta Mayapur Sashi ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Cheva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jaya Mudirayet Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Nishtiki. Welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us in the study of Srimad Bhagavatam. So we'll continue with our study, and what we are studying is the pastime of Gajendra, the elephant Gajendra, Gajendra's liberation, also called as Gajendra Moksha, which appears in the 8th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter 2. And I think we started off and we did till did we do till text 20? No, did we do till text 21? Or maybe we can, we can start from text 19. So don't remember where we left last time. But we can start from text 19. Oh, sorry. So chapter 2, and Gajendra's crisis. And we did till chapter 2, text 25, let's say. I think so. Yeah. So, as we were discussing, like our study of Srimad Bhagavatam, everything has to be in the light of teachings of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We belong to Gaudiya Vaishnava Parampara under the lineage of Mahaprabhu and under the lineage of Srila Rupa Goswami. Under his guidance, teachings, instructions, we practice Krishna consciousness. Srila Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, Jiva Goswami, Gopal Bhatt Das Goswami, Raghunath Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami, Raghunath Bhatt Goswami. Our Goswamis, they laid the foundation. They gave us the structure, everything for us to practice Krishna consciousness, to perfect Krishna consciousness, and to attain pure love of Godhead. That is the thing we want to develop. That is the mood we want to develop. A pure loving sentiment, a pure loving emotion, a pure loving relationship with Krishna and with his devotees. And specifically now, love is something which is very particular, right? And nowhere in Bhagavad Gita actually Krishna advises us to love everyone. And we cannot love everyone also. It is not in our capacity to love everyone, definitely. it is only in Krishna's capacity to love everyone, and he does as well. Doesn't matter, one could be theist or atheist, practicing or not practicing Krishna consciousness, but Krishna loves everyone. And we cannot love everyone. But we can love someone. We cannot love everyone, but at least we can love someone. And to begin with, practicing Krishna consciousness, we should understand, to begin with, we love ourselves. We should love ourselves. We are important. Why? Because we are Krishna's. Uh, we are Krishna's part and parcel. We belong to Krishna. That is our real significance. That is our real value. We should admire, cherish ourselves, although our practice may not be of the ideal standard where we desire to see ourselves, but it is a upward journey, and we all are in many form and shape on the way to Krishna. So to begin with, we should have some respect, some love, definitely for ourselves. Then we cannot love everyone, but we should love at least 2 or 3 devotees. Be very strongly connected with 2 or 3 devotees. And under the teachings of Srila Rupa Goswami, at least our Siksha Guru and Diksha Guru. And definitely initiating bona fide spiritual master, we should try to love him, we should love him, and not just have a relationship of awe and reverence or respect, even a very heart-to-heart connected, love-based, affection-based, pure attachment-based relationship. That much more we should be praying, we should be developing. And then, but Bhagavad Gita, what it teaches us, certainly we cannot love everyone, and it does not profess or encourage us that, okay, we love everyone. But one thing we can do and we should do, which is hate no one. That much we can do and we should do, and Bhagavad Gita teaches us. Krishna says na, in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 12, text 12 and 13, I think he says, Adveshta sarva bhutana metra karuna evacha nirmamo nirahankara. Na. I don't remember that. I should actually, my reading, hearing is terrible. It's going terrible day by day, actually. So what is that? Na. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 12, and text 13, 14, actually. Advesha sarvabhutana mitra karuna evacha nirmamo nirahankara samadukha sukha shami santushta satatam yogi yatatma dhrida nishchaye mayi arpita mano buddhir yo madbhakta samapriya. Maybe I can do with one tissue and we can look into the mic as well. Huh? So Krishna advises, is there tissue there somewhere? Krishna advises that we cannot love everyone. Actually, okay. We cannot love everyone, but at least we hate no one. And that is the teachings of Mahaprabhu. Na Trinadapi Sunichena Tarorapi Sahishtuna Amani Nam Mandena Kirtanya Sadahari. That we need not love everyone, but we cannot like also everyone. That is also not practical. That we like everyone who comes in our context, you know. But we need not envy. We need not be jealous. We can be respectful to everyone. We need not hate anyone. Alan, you wanted to say something?
Because this discussion came up earlier, and a senior devotee was talking about different stages of Krishna consciousness when you're developing, and when someone reaches the stage of love for God and they're completely surrendered, they don't see any enemies, and they recognize everything as part of Krishna. If someone reaches that platform who do not have love for everything that is Krishna because they have love for Krishna, if they recognize everyone is part of Krishna, just as a
No, very good thought, very good thought, very good thing. We can check actually in 11:2:45 from Srimad Bhagavatam. Canto 11, chapter 2, text 45. And the thing is, one who is on the pure stage of Krishna consciousness, a pure devotee from the pure platform, certainly he envies no one. He hates no one. And as they say, and it is true, what? A pure devotee of Krishna is more merciful than Krishna. And in this text, maybe 11:2:45 of Srimad Bhagavatam, translation should be there on the screen. You can read it when it's there on the screen. So, a pure devotee of Krishna, he envies no one. And whosoever comes, he sees everyone actually that everyone else is a much better devotee than me. Hmm. Everyone else is more advanced. Everyone else is Krishna conscious. He cannot see fault in others. He does not see fault in others. And he embraces everyone with heart. We want to read translation 11:45. Yeah. 11:45.
Sri Javier said, the most advanced devotee sees within everything the soul of all souls, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. Consequently, he sees everything in relation to the Supreme Lord and understands that everything that exists is eternally situated within the Lord.
So something on those lines, and fascinating. This chapter it speaks on a sadhaka, a practitioner, at different stages in the journey of Krishna consciousness. Kanishta, lowest stage. Nishta means conviction, how convinced one is. Kanishta means is very lowly convinced, low level of conviction. Then Madhyama is the intermediate stage, the middle platform in his Krishna consciousness. And Uttama is the topmost, the highest, who is above the modes of material nature. Uttama platform. And Kanishta platform is, okay, me and Krishna, no one in between. I don't need devotees. And this happens many times, and especially if we take, say, some sort of, if we newly in Krishna consciousness, and some devotees, if he tells us something, that can you wait for prasadam, or something that infuriates my ego. If he says, oh, can you not sit on this chair, please? Anything, a slight thing is, provocation is good enough to hurt my ego. So at low platform, it's like, okay, me and deities. Why? Because deities don't come personally to poke me, check me, tell me something. Huh? Deities will never come personally as such to kind of, what do they say? Like slap a finger on the wrist, slap on the wrist. Yeah, deities won't ever burst your bubble. So deities won't come and do that. Prabhupada in deity form, Murti form won't come and do that. So at Kanishta level, me and deities or me and Japa. I don't need any more advice and sort of thing. So at Kanishta level, he just wants to have a relationship on one-to-one level. But then he a bit advances. So what does he do? Okay, me, Krishna, and Guru. I'm initiated. My Guru Maharaj just told me, I'll just follow what my Guru Maharaj says. Me, Krishna, and Guru. That's it. And this is not something what Guru Maharaj wants actually. Complete circle will be Hari, Guru, Vaishnava. Krishna, Guru, and Vaishnavas. That would be complete. And we have to come in this relationship. We have to come in this culture. How do we see deities? How do we see deities? How do we look after them? What relationship we are building with deities? That then our relationship with Shri Guru and our relationship with Vaishnavas. And amongst this, the It can be said to the degree I'm in on average is one thing. To the degree I'm in love with Shri Guru, to that degree I'm Krishna conscious. To that degree exactly. And what is my perception of Shri Guru? In what light do I see him? Actually, at this thing, do I see? This is more of a question or something, a thought for us to contemplate. Say, do I see Shri Guru as a very okay? This is a question. How healthy is it to see or say that Sri Guru, spiritual master, he is a very advanced devotee? Is it good to say that Sri Guru is a very advanced devotee? That spiritual master, he is a very advanced soul, he is a very advanced devotee. Is it a good appreciation? Not just. Not just and not good also. If someone is practicing Krishna consciousness, especially if someone is, say, initiated, you can check the mic if it is on or off. Sometimes there is some earthing maybe when it's on. So, if someone is initiated practicing Krishna consciousness, and if someone sees, okay, my spiritual master is a very advanced soul, it's like someone is studying Bhagavad Gita, studied and loves Bhagavad Gita. And there are actually personalities in this world who say after studying Bhagavad Gita, they say, oh, Krishna was very evolved personality. Now to say like this, that Krishna, he was a tremendously evolved personality. His mind was so powerful. Nothing disturbed him. He was very strong in his will, Krishna. He was very focused and he brought that focus to Arjuna also. Now, externally it sounds good, it looks good, but what the person is putting forward is nothing but his ignorance. To say that Krishna was a very evolved personality. Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. Beyond saying that he was a very evolved personality, wherever we say this very thing, then it is within the modes of material nature. It is like within relativeness. But he's the absolute one without any duality and the overall origin. So on those lines, to say that spiritual master, he's a very advanced devotee, it's not at all a good appreciation. It's not. Now, to say spiritual master is a pure devotee of Krishna, how good is that? Is it any better? Is it better? Or? Yeah, he's Krishna's representative. That is fine. That is good. Spiritual master is a pure devotee of Krishna is also good. He's a pure devotee of Krishna. But it is subjective for a sadhaka. The good foundational beginning of Krishna consciousness, it is a very mystical process actually, Krishna consciousness, and very mystical in the heart, the revelations and moods him. So a sadhaka, when he comes to the realization, the spiritual master is the purest devotee of Krishna. He is the best devotee of Krishna without any comparison. And this is subjective. This is subjective. Like for Scottish people, Scotland is the land, right? It's like, who was saying some other day, yeah, His Holiness Bhakti Vikas Swami Maharaj, he was addressing us kindly on the New Year's it's a message. So he was something mentioning that, like for English people, okay, in England, or just a bit on a light note only I'm saying, and some Scottish people like, okay, yeah, Scotland. So it is very subjective for a practitioner, for an initiate, for a disciple, a sadhaka, a disciple, a student. His spiritual master, for him, by far is the best devotee of Krishna, is the purest Vaishnava. Purest. So that much of understanding has to be has to come about. And then furthermore, is not representative of Krishna for him, he is Krishna for him. One to say he's a representative of Krishna, and another, for him, he is Krishna. We sing na Guru Ashtam Sakshat Dharitvena. He's direct manifestation of Krishna. So much so, he's a direct customized manifestation of Krishna. Direct tailor customized manifestation of Krishna for a sadhaka. So he's the best devotee, he's the purest devotee. Furthermore, he's the direct manifestation. And this is something a sadhaka should realize. It is for realization. He's the direct manifestation of Krishna. He's non-different from Krishna. He's the we see in Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Leela, the first chapter, Spiritual Masters, Mahaprabhu helps us understand, Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami helps us understand what? That Krishna is the Swayam Bhagwan, he's the served Bhagwan, he's the one who receives all opulences, who receives all service. And Shri Guru, he is the Sevak Bhagwan, meaning he is the servant God. He is the best servitor of Krishna. He is the best servant of Krishna. So, as initiate, he has to come to this realization that he sees the spiritual master as God himself, not only just representative, as God himself. Then, furthermore, he sees what a spiritual master as Krishna himself, and furthermore, he develops this vision that spiritual master is one of the confidential associates or confidential maid servants of Srimati Radharani. And this is what we sing in the morning prayer as well. Na Nikunja yono ratikeli siddhe. Yaya libhi yuktir pekshaniya. So this pastimes of Radha Krishna in the groves of Vrindavan, and spiritual master is one who is eternally engaged in assisting in them pastimes. So does it somewhat tie in with your question though? So that a pure devotee of Krishna, he loves everyone, but his loving everyone is by not being envy to anyone and by helping everyone come to a stage of practicing Krishna consciousness, come to a stage of advancing in Krishna consciousness. And also, like a pure devotee of Krishna is one who never considers himself a pure devotee, who always sees others as souls and others as advanced, who always sees that, wow, I am lacking and he has got it, and I've got to learn from him or her. And that is how they express their love. That is how we see, okay, he's so inclusive, he's so loving and caring. Does this somewhat answer your question? So, and this is Krishna consciousness. How to invoke those loving sentiments, proper loving sentiments, how to receive love and how to give love. That is Krishna consciousness. And we see like coming to the pastime, say, as I was saying, so this one devotee was mentioning like this chapter, Gajendra pastime, it is covered in 3 chapters, say. Second chapter entitled Elephant Gajendra's Crisis. Then he offers prayers of surrender, and what happens? He goes to Godhead, he attains Godhead. And, and as we have been seeing, let us read through a bit some of these translations. So the elephant, Gajendra, the very powerful, most powerful rather, elephant, where in a mountain called as Trikuta, a huge mountain. And this is in the celestial world, a huge mountain that is spread out 10,000, 80,000 miles high. And the mountain is surrounded by ocean of milk. And mountain has various peaks, three main peaks, and in those main peaks are iron, silver, and gold. and all beautifully decorated. And the mountains has huge amount of minerals, waterfalls, scenery, forest life, natural beauty, slightly better than Scotland natural beauty, and animals, everything. A good life there. And yeah, believe it or not, there's no climate change effect in there. And many of the heavenly residents, many of the heavenly sages, saints, and all from top heavenly planetary systems, they come to this mountain and they go in different caves and they do meditation, they do chanting, and they do more of dhyan in there and purify their consciousness further. So in this mountain, once upon a time, once upon a time, there was a elephant named Gajendra. Gajendra, I think, is the name. Gajendra name himself signifies king of the elephant. So there was this elephant Gajendra, and he had many wives. So yeah, let's see from text 20 onwards. The leader of the elephants who lived in the forest of the mountain, Trikuta, once wandered toward the lake with his female elephants. He broke many plants, creepers, thickets, and trees, not caring for their piercing thorns. Sometimes this is no comparison because here what this elephant and his might and strength and he's accompanied by this female elephants in his pride is very strong, very high. Then sometimes what we witness, and this is like it has come to my mind, I'm struggling to get it out now. A bit on the light joke side. Sometimes when we go na book distribution or Harinam in say city center of Glasgow, and we see a person who is walking with his imagining like girlfriend or partner and the sort of thing, na. But the pride this elephant is carrying is huge. So once he wandered the lake with his female elephants. He broke many plants, creepers, thickets, and trees, not caring for their piercing thorns. Simply by catching scent of that elephant, all the other elephants, tigers, and the other ferocious animals such as lions, rhinoceros, great serpents, black and white cerberus fled in fear. The chamari deer also fled. All the big animals, all the top dogs, they fled seeing this top dogs, seeing this elephant, and just from a remote distance, just the smell scent of this elephant, and from a remote distance, he would be imagine like actually Srimad Bhagavatam is such fantastic text. We can visualize, right? We can somewhat imagine, we can visualize, we can see ourselves how great that mountain Trikuta would be with all its beauty, everything, and how great this elephant would be, how ferocious, how strong built, huh? And just elephants' feet, they make loud noise, tom, tom, tom. So as this elephant is taking steps and walking and followed by female elephants and all, and the scent and the noise, lions and other elephants, rhinoceros, tigers, deers, they flee. And by the mercy of this elephant, text 22, by the mercy of this elephant, animals like the foxes, wolves, buffaloes, bears, boars, poachers, porcupines, others animals, they were not afraid of him. These are the small animals and all, seeing that, okay, he's such a huge animal. And this elephant also knows what will these small animals do of me, nothing. So they were like having sort of fun, and they were saluting, say, the elephant as he came along. Now, this elephant, he was very high in fever of pride, hmm, very high in the fever of pride and tired from his um, having like fun with his female elephants and all. What with the entourage, he entered the lake. Hmm. So in the mountain, he entered the lake bathed thoroughly, and was relieved of his fatigue. And then there he was having shower or bath with his family, say, with the other female elephants and young elephants, his children, say. So this is text 25. The king of the elephants entered the lake, bathed thoroughly, and was relieved of his fatigue. Then, with the aid of his trunk, he drank the cold, clear nectarian water, which was mixed with the dust of lotus flowers and water lilies, until he was fully satisfied. Ellen, could you read translation 26?
Like a human being who lacks spiritual knowledge and is too attached to the members of his family, the elephant, being illusioned by the external energy of Krishna, had his wives and children bathe and drink the water. Indeed, he raised water from the lake with his trunk and sprayed it over them. He did not mind the hard labor involved in this endeavor.
Continue reading.
By the arrangement of Providence, O king, a strong crocodile was angry at the elephant and attacked the elephant's leg in the water. The elephant was certainly strong, and he tried his best to get free from this danger sent by Providence. Thereafter, seeing Gajendra in the grave condition, his wives felt very, very sorry and began to cry. The other elephants wanted to help Gajendra, but because of the crocodile's great strength, they could not rescue him by grasping him from behind. O king, the elephant and the crocodile fought in this way, pulling one another in and out of the water for 1,000 years. Upon seeing the fight, the demigods were very surprised.
Okay, let us try to discuss until here, and we see how we progress. वैराग्य विद्या निज भक्ति योगा शिक्षार्थमेक पुरुष पुराना श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य शरीरधारी कृपां बुद्धिर्यतमहं प्रपद्ये मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारणम् वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Just a bit on your question, pure devotee loves everyone. Just to clarify, love does not mean flattery. Love does not mean pampering someone. Love does not mean like we don't correct someone. Say. So, pure devotee, but that doesn't mean that, okay, he's flattering someone or he's pampering someone or he's subtly trying to be good, subtly trying to look good, trying to sound good, trying to show good. No, that's not love. Real love is helping one understand one's real potential, inspiring one to know one's potential, which is being a pure devotee of Krishna, helping one understand that you are not, this body is fine, it is good, it is on the platform of like I'm a bit fascinated by this question, and I don't have a answer, and as such I wouldn't want or like a typical set down answer for it. But the question is what is the difference between information, knowledge and wisdom? What is the difference between information, knowledge and wisdom? So this societal understanding, what? I'm Indian, I'm Scottish, I'm British, I'm European, I'm American, I'm French, German, Italian, whatnot and all. Then I'm from this profession, I'm from this community, I'm from this background, this, that and all. This is like everything identity on the basis of information only. All information. Actually, in society, as we say, what? Information is being sold at the name of knowledge. And we buy it as well. We take it. What is information? We take it to be knowledge. So that is the mode of ignorance, that this bodily based identity. So Bhagavad Gita, it teaches us what? You are not this body, you are a spirit soul. You are not this body. So this is on the level of knowledge. I know that. What do I know? I am not this body. That I know. Now I understand, I know, though theoretically, but I know I'm not this body. I'm not this mind as well. So that puts us straight on the path of knowledge. But knowing this, is it good enough? Even though someone may say, well, I know I'm not this body, I'm a spirit soul. Then if someone say, I tell you, Alan, you are not this body, you are a spirit soul. Huh? And let's get the soul out of you. Will it help? No. Still, like you, I'm not this body, I'm a spirit soul. Okay, no prasadam then. No, it won't, it doesn't help, right? It doesn't work like that. Definitely, we need prasadam. Definitely. So point being, it is on the platform of knowledge, but still it is not good enough. It is not good enough. It is something to ignite us, to make us inquisitive. And going out, distributing books and things and all, tell someone you are not this body. This is like a revelation for many. You are not this body. But still, it is on the platform of knowledge. Now, when we come to know something, what should be our activity? To do something about it, right? To do something, to act, to come to the real solution, the real platform. So, at the level of formation is bodily identity. At the level of knowledge is knowing I'm not this body, I'm a spirit soul. At the level of wisdom is what? Inquiring, meditating, realizing I'm not this body, but then which body am I? I definitely am somebody. Krishna is a person. I am also a person. Now it is this inquiry. This is proper inquiry. Who am I? Yeah. We have to come to this transcendental awakening, this Swarup Jagriti. Who am I? Like Mahaprabhu says, na Jivere Swarup hai Krishna Nitya Das. That we understand Chaitanya Charitamrita, that we all are eternal servants of Krishna. But in what capacity? Servant also, there's some mood, some relationship. So it is now inquiring into that. Krishna is supremely beautiful, so are we. Krishna is transcendently beautiful, and so are we. We are also beautiful. Now, how old are we? We are as old as Krishna. Not a second younger, not a second older. We are literally as old as Krishna. Krishna, yeah, we are as old as Krishna, literally. Krishna is transcendently beautiful, so am I. So am I. Krishna is completely spiritual, so am I. And so are you. So it is developing this vision. And as they say, charity begins from home. So first of all, I need to be Krishna conscious. Before I go on preaching and all, I need to be Krishna conscious. So this is like mood like a pure devotee. A pure devotee will never confess that he is a pure devotee. He can never take it. So it is coming to this realization that I am supremely beautiful. I am transcendently beautiful. And coming to this platform, it shatters all the mental platform we are carrying. A huge level of mental fight, struggle we go through. So many japa seminars and how to improve my japa, and we need fancy quotes or fancy allegories and analogies for our mind to chew and contemplate. But ultimately, we are spiritual being, we are spirit soul. We are as beautiful as Krishna, or we are transcendentally beautiful. So it is questioning or trying to understand our spiritual identity. And when I see myself as beautiful, then I will see others as well as beautiful. If I'm Krishna conscious, meaning what? I would see everyone also as Krishna conscious. And then I will deal, act, behave with them in a Krishna conscious way, wherein there will be no exploitation, rather serving only, nourishing only, harnessing only. And this is the struggle we all have, everyone. This elephant is also going through this struggle. A question, we discussed this previously a few times. What is the biggest crisis in this world? Lots of crises, right? Job crisis, yeah, employment crisis, financial crisis, war crisis, economic crisis, and global environment. What do we say, and then what is the biggest crisis in this world? Yeah, lack of spiritual knowledge. We read in this purport translation, right? The biggest crisis is I don't know who am I. That is the biggest crisis. I don't even know who am I, and I'm trying to educate the world and everything. How can I see the world in true light, in as it is light, if I don't know who am I? What is the definition of a lunatic, a mad person? What is the definition? One who thinks himself to be anything but mad, right? One who thinks himself to be anything but mad. I'm not saying that I am mad and we are mad. No, I don't mean that. Maybe anyone who is not living by his identity, right? So, how much do I understand? I'm a spirit soul, I'm a spiritual being, I'm a part and parcel of Krishna. So, the biggest crisis we are having is this misidentification crisis. In fact, this Varnashram Dharma identity, na, I'm a Brahmana, I'm a Kshatriya, I'm a Vaishnava, I'm a Vaishya, I'm a Shudra, that I'm a priestly class personality or person, or I'm a warrior, I'm an administrator, I'm a ruler, or what? I'm a business mercantile person, or I'm a labor class, I'm a service person. Even all these identities are not proper identity, proper Krishna conscious identity. So the biggest crisis we all are carrying is this misidentification crisis. We don't know who we are. Again, everything in the light of Mahaprabhu's teachings. Mahaprabhu says what? Naham vipra na cha narapati na piveshyo na shudro naham muni na cha grihapati na vanosto yatirva kintu prodyan nikhilananda purnamritarabdher gopi bharto pad kamalayor das dasa anudasa. Mahaprabhu says this. What is our identity? We are Gopi Bharta Padakamalyor, Lord Shri Krishna, who is the maintainer of the gopis. We are the servant of the servant of the servant, or lover of the lover of the lover of the Lord. Who is the lover of the Lord? The gopis. Gopi Bharto. Krishna is described in relation with the gopis. Gopi Bharto Padakamalyor. So that is our identity actually. And we can have this identity, we can attain this identity, we can attain this mood. And because we do not situate ourselves, because we do not meditate on this identity, then we force ourselves with lots of other material identities. And then we have to deal with the mind. But we go at the platform of soul, at the platform of heart, at the platform of love. Then we see how beautiful am I. and my real glory, my real identity in relation to the divine couple, then straight away I can shatter and cut through the material creation, the illusion of the this material modes, different modes. And this is the crisis the elephant is also struggling with. Elephant is a sign of ignorance. The body of elephant is a sign of ignorance, symptom of ignorance. And the life of elephant is a life of living in ignorance. Also, for us to see, you know, elephant is very mighty, right? Very strong, very huge, very mighty. But what do we see? We should not be very fearful. And we should see actually everyone is afraid. Everyone is afraid of death. You know, before death, uh, what is that makes us, okay, this is a question. What is it that makes us fear death? What is it that makes me worry of that, makes me fearful of that, makes me scared of that? It is an emotion that everyone is fearful of it. But what causes that fear of that? Attachments, material attachments. And you know, in one word to define what is my material attachment, what would we say? What could we say? One word that I am materially attached to, and it includes everything. What are people materially attached to? What is people's mind included? Material attachment. Hmm? Ultimately, material attachment, all our material attachment boils down to what? Ignorance. I am attached to ignorance only. And this is what I struggle, I fear to give up. This elephant, na, so attached to his body, his pride, his might, his family, his female elephant's children, and his ego. Oh, and that I'm feeling a bit insulted here. A crocodile is coming and he's swallowing me. And I look like I'm a fool. I look like I'm a loser in front of my wives and children and everyone and others. I'm helpless. Our attachment is to our ignorance. When we become transcendentally attached to Krishna's beauty, among Krishna, like Adoksha Prabhu was saying this morning's class, na, 6 opulences Krishna has. Bhagwan predominantly carries 6 opulences we see in Vishnu Puran. Those opulences being beauty, knowledge, fame, uh, wealth. What else? Renunciation. One more. Beauty, knowledge, fame, renunciation, strength, wealth. Yeah, these 6 opulences. Of this, the most cherished opulence is what? Beauty. Krishna's fame, fine. Krishna's knowledge, fine. Krishna's wealth, fine. Krishna's strength, fine. Krishna's fame, fine. Krishna's renunciation, fine. But what do we really desire to be attached to? If we can be attached to Krishna's fame, fine. To Krishna's knowledge, fine. To Krishna's strength, renunciation, all this. But ultimately, in Braj Bhakti, we desire to be attached to Krishna's beauty. his curly locks of his hair. He goes to in the morning to forest to graze the cows with his cowherd friends, and when he returns in the evening with his cowherd friends, returns to the home. So those cows walking in front of Krishna, and from their hoof prints, these cows, they are spreading the dust of Vrindavan, which is coming on Krishna's face, and that beautifies so much. Krishna's beauty, same. And we see in Bhagavatam glorifying Krishna's beauty. Brahma Samhita, when we take darshan of deities, we really desire to be enamored or captivated by the beauty of the deities ultimately. And when we see Krishna beautiful, we will realize our glory, our beauty. Prabhupada says, na, what? Self-realization follows God realization. Until and unless I am not realizing God, and by realizing God meaning, until and unless I don't realize the beauty of God, I am not self-realized. So this beauty of Krishna is ultimately beautiful, and we have to become enamored, captivated, attracted by this beauty. Only then we will be able to give up the glaring, fickle, bodily identity beauty of this world. Only then. Otherwise, there is no scope. No scope. Until and unless I become attached to the beauty of the divine couple and their loving pastimes, sweet loving pastimes. What a fortune! We can not only study them, we can find our entrance in those pastimes. What a fortune! So, why do we worry that? Why do we fear that? Because of attachment. And what attachments? Bodily, material attachments. Even though we know we are so helpless, but what to do? We want to live. So we create this illusion, we create this identity. No, I am this identity. And furthermore, and we so hold on strong to it, we don't want to give up. That is a blessing actually, is a real blessing. And Krishna consciousness, it teaches us what? There's that saying in English, I don't know how popular it is. Actually, some of the sayings in English are not so popular in UK, but maybe more popular in India. Or at least maybe I heard growing up. So there's this saying, to look on the bright side of life. Huh? That when we motivate someone and all, oh, look on the bright side of life. You lost a job, look on the bright side of life. Huh? You got burgled, look on the bright side of life. Huh? You lost your wallet, look on the bright side of life. So life, we cannot move forward. Na? We have to move forward. We have to motivate ourselves. We have to be very hopeful. So look on the bright side of life. Very good, very good. Krishna consciousness, you know what it teaches us? To look on the brightest side of death. To look on the brightest side of afterlife, to look on the brightest side of death. A sadhaka, a practitioner, is one who is eyeing death, whose vision, whose focus is on death, who never loses sight of death. That is a spiritual practitioner who is contemplating death, who never loses sight of death. A question like text 26 is like a human being who lacks spiritual knowledge and is too attached to the members of his family life. This is a question. How would we should meditate perhaps, how would we like to see ourselves dying? And dying is not a good word. Rather, if we are practicing, how would we like to see ourselves leaving our body? Dying means falling flat. Dying means ignorance. Living one's body is in knowledge. And aiming for transcendence, aiming for Golokadham is proper wisdom. That is where our focus should be, our aim should be. That is just a junction where the body should go and, okay, fine, this matter mixes with matter. Mr. Brahma, Mr. Yamraj, thank you very much. It was nice meeting you. You are after this body, take this body. But consciousness is protected. And consciousness has gone to Krishna, to the lotus feet of Krishna. That is where our meditation should be. Lotus feet of Krishna meaning beauty of Krishna. We have to meditate on the beauty of Krishna. Unless we meditate, what is Bhagavatam? Na? It is a Rasik Shastra, full of rasa, full of nectar, full of beauty. Na? Otherwise, this world has enough capacity to consume us altogether. We are anyway so consumed. We don't know how deep we are in Maya. But if we want to rise above, we have to look into the beauty of Krishna. So Krishna consciousness teaches us to look on the bright side of life. Certainly, have a good mind, have a good sanity and all this. Follow these regulative principles. By following the regulative principles, we learn how to look on the good, bright side of life. But the real joy of japa, practicing Krishna consciousness in like-minded association of devotees, teaches us what? We anchor then, we see on the brightest side of that. That's the Janna by Bhakti Vinod Thakur. Kobe hobe bolo Sedi Namar. When that day will be mine. In many of our Vaishnava songs, we see this hankering, yearning for that, towards that. When will I give up the body and attain Godhead altogether? You had some question, Alan, or wanted? Can use microphone.
I just wanted to add to what you're saying. For a person who's for one who's Krishna consciousness or has the love of God, once you leave your body, I'm sure it'd be fairly easy just to leave all the material things behind and go to God, if that's what your desire is. So for someone who has that attachment, I don't think the material will hold them back from moving on.
Someone who is a devotee proper, he is attached to Krishna. For him, nothing is matter. Narottam Das Thakur sings and says, "Now, Jivane Maranya Gati are nahi more." I live or die, I'm indifferent. I'm neutral, I'm indifferent. Like Prabhupada Prana Prabhu, he was giving Bhagavatam class a few days ago, he was mentioning this. 4 scenarios, what? 4 scenarios for like blessing. For a prince, may you live forever and never die. That is one, right? For a prince, you live forever and never die. Why? Because, okay, prince, he's very proud of his wealth, proud of his beauty or whatever, and then into all sorts of things. So, okay, for you, wish that you never die and always live. Why? Because upon that, committed so many sins, then you will have to face the consequences. So, pray that you live forever and never die. And then for brahmachari, praise what? That you die soon. For a pure soul, brahmachari means purity, one who is maintained purity, integrity in his consciousness. So, pray that you die soon. Why? Right now your mind is in a good frame, in a good Krishna conscious mood. So you give up your body soon and attain Godhead. That thing. Prabhupada, some of the slokas Prabhupada quoted, one of the prayer he loved very much. And we all should read Mukund Mala Sutra, beautiful prayers in there by King Kula Shekhara. And one of the prayer King Kula Shekhara says what? Krishna Tvadiya Pada Pankaj Panjarantam Adeva Me Visatu Manas Rajhamsa प्राणप्रयाणसमये कफवातपित्ते कण्ठवरोदनविधौ स्मरणं कुतस्ते. This King Kulashekara is praying what? Krishna Tvadiya Pada Pankaj Panjarantam. Krishna, your lotus feet, transcendently beautiful lotus feet. So essentially, he is praying like right now, my mind is sane. I'm in a good mind, healthy consciousness. I'm thinking, remembering of you, and let my mind, very pure mind. And this is very artistic. This vision, those who have got an artistic vision can see that the swan like my mind, let it go and play with the holes or the twirls of the lotus. Huh? My mind is very much playing with your beauty, it's engaged, nicely situated in your beauty. So right now I'm in a very healthy position. Let me die just now. Let me leave my body. Krishna, this is the prayer. Let me leave my body just now. Because otherwise, any other day, I don't know what it will be like when my throat is choked altogether with bile, mucus, air. You know this. At the time of death, the pain one goes through is like the pain of 42,000 scorpions bite at the same time. Something like all the emotions, memories, sentiments, attachments, everything, the whole life will be right there in front of our eyes. That moment, grudges, emotions, fears, miseries, happiness, everything. So this prayer that let me leave my body now. I'm in a good shape. I don't want to take any risk. God knows what and all. So for a brahmachari, someone who is in pure consciousness, someone who is intact, integral, and that pure mood, pure prayer, why to live anymore? Pray that he dies just now. And a prince, pray that you live forever. A butcher, for a butcher, prayer is what? A butcher pray, sorry, for a butcher, that pray that you uh, don't die, actually. Because if you die, you have to suffer the consequences of all this killing you have done throughout your life. You have to suffer the consequences. So you live throughout them. And for a pure devotee, you die or don't die, indifferent, doesn't matter. You're living or dying. So the question I was trying to check one for myself, how would we see ourselves dying? As in leaving our body in front of our family members, living in the house, in front of friends, family members, or where in hospital, or somewhere in street, or where? Is it good dying or leaving one's body in front of family members? Generally, society likes it, right? Generally, society likes it. Generally, society prefers, or generally, it is seen worldwide, I think, right? That when we know, okay, someone is about to leave their body, okay, let's bring close family members and everyone, those who all can come hospital or in the house, wherever, and then final wishes, goodbyes, emotions, and everything. But is that, and or granddad had a happy life and a happy death as well? Actually, tell you something. briefly, once I read the article in BBC, and this is BBC, it is authentic, genuine. Once I read an article in BBC, one gentleman's granddad was seriously ill. He was in hospital and he was to leave his body. So, as his final days were very much approaching, so this young grandson, what did he do? He decorated the rooms there, and furthermore, he went to his granddad and he helped his granddad watch football and do some betting, online betting for with his granddad. Okay, granddad, let's celebrate, sort of. Then he knew granddad is going to pass away. He got his granddad what? Fish and chips. He got his granddad what? Alcohol. And this is, I'm not making it up, by the way. It was on BBC. Again, I'm saying it was bona fide on BBC. So he got all of these things to his granddad. Let's watch some movie, granddad. This is the movie. This is the heroine you like. Let's watch her. Let's eat this. Let's do this. And it was kind of quite praised also. Wow, he loved his granddad so much, and he gave him such a good farewell to his granddad. So where would we want to, how would we want to leave our body? In front of family members and all? Is it any healthy, any good? This is something to prepare for ourselves. This is something to prepare our own mood and see. So okay, we'll try to read a bit and then maybe we'll do this bhajan. Bhaja Gauranga, Kaha Gauranga, Lehe Gauranga Namre. So I'll read a bit. By the arrangement of providence of king, a strong crocodile was angry at the elephant and attacked the elephant's leg in the water. The elephant was certainly strong, and he tried his best to get free from this danger sent by providence. Thereafter, seeing Gajendra in the grave condition, his wife felt very, very sorry and began to cry. The other elephants wanted to help Gajendra, but because of the crocodile's great strength, they could not rescue him by grasping him from behind. O king, the elephant and the crocodile fought in this way, pulling one another in and out of the water for 1,000 years. Upon seeing the fight, the demigods were very surprised. Thereafter, because of being pulled into the water and fighting for many long years, the elephant became diminished in his mental, physical, and sensual strength. The crocodile, on the contrary, being an animal of the water, increased in enthusiasm, physical strength, and sensual power. When the king of the elephants saw that he was under the clutches of the crocodile by the will of providence and being embodied and circumstantially helpless, could not save himself from danger, he was extremely afraid of being killed. He consequently thought for a long time and finally reached the following decision. Now here is the turning point in the life of Gajendra. And for us as well, every day can be a turning point in our lives as well. Every day, provided we have that vision, provided we have that intelligence, we have that vision, we have that faith, we have that hope. We live in hope. We should live in hope, all of us. So we have that faith, hope, vision, and more so if we have good association. If we have that inspiring, like-minded, inspiring association, then we can observe, experience turning point in our life as well on a daily basis. And one day we see that our turning point has put us where? Right on M74, taking us to direct to Edinburgh. No, we'll see one day our turning point will put us where? Right on the absolute platform, on the absolute plane. Then for a sadhaka, his life is what? Waiting in anticipation. Not to die, not for death, but to meet Krishna face to face. That should be a sadhaka's mood and anticipation and all. And there are many lies which we say in life. We do lie a lot, like about our beauty, about our work, this and that, our identity. But there's one lie we should lie. We are allowed, or we should be allowed, and we should take this lie. What? I'm waiting in anticipation to meet Krishna. Even though I'm not. Even though I'm not. but I should tell this. It's a question. Is it good to say I love Krishna? A sadhaka, practicing devotee, should he say himself, I love Krishna, Krishna, I love you, Krishna, I love you. Even though I know that I don't love Krishna, but still, uh, even though I know that I don't love the way I would like to love Krishna, but still, as sadhaka, I should be saying, yes, Krishna, I love you. Yes, I love. This one lie we are allowed and we should be speaking this lie. Because this is attached with the transcendental realm altogether. And this lie actually in our conditioned state it appears to be a lie. But for a pure spirit soul, is it a lie? No, not at all. A pure spirit soul in pure capacity, pure potential, pure sense, in the original consciousness loves Krishna. So from the point of view of soul, no lie at all. So yes, Krishna, I love you. Krishna, I love you. We should tell ourselves. So the other elephants, text 32 says, the other elephants who are my friends and relatives could not rescue me from this danger. What then to speak of my wives? He came with this following decision, by the way. What is his realization? Elephant's realization is, the other elephants who are my friends and relatives could not rescue me from this danger. What then to speak of my wives? They cannot do anything. It is by the will of providence that I have been attacked by this crocodile, and therefore I shall seek shelter of the Supreme Personality for that, who is always the shelter of everyone, even of great personalities. So the last text in this chapter, we'll leave it for tomorrow or another day. We try to understand. See, one thing, we should not be too fearful of material things going on in our life. In the sense, one thing is sure, everyone fears, everyone is fearful, everyone afraid of that. Like as stalwart, as mighty, as powerful, this elephant Gajendra. But then you see, just when he was taken by the crocodile, he's in panicky mode, completely fearful. So never think that, okay, we should not fear our problems overly. Should not overthink and overemphasize and fear, worry our problems. Oh, my problem's so big. No, this problem is big. University, job, finance, health, relationships. This problem is huge, huge, huge. Okay, problems are big, but when we elevate our consciousness, we'll find our problems like nothing. Or even if it's there, it won't disturb us. We won't be problemed by the problem. So herein we see this elephant, such huge, but everyone has their own fear and challenges and worries and all, and we shouldn't be. Okay, this is one question, and maybe we can park here with this one question. Is it healthy to have worries in spiritual life, practicing Krishna consciousness? Is it healthy to have some worry, to keep some worry, to meditate on worries or fear or problem? Can fear or worry be a motivation? See, I would say, if one thing we can take away this worry. Honestly, we should be taking away this worry. And what should be my worry? I'm not a pure devotee of Krishna yet. This should be my worry. If this has become my worry that I don't love Krishna yet the way I would like to love him, although I don't know how much love I've got for Krishna, certainly pure transcendental love I've got, and how to develop that love and what more further, but still I don't love Krishna the way I want to. In my current understanding, okay, this is the way I want to, but even that is not the best way. That is not the height, say. But still, if this becomes my worry, that I don't love Krishna, that I'm not a pure devotee of Krishna, this worry will sort all my other worries of life. university, finance, health, relationships, job, whatnot. All other worries in one shot will be settled when I start worrying, Krishna, I don't love you. Krishna, I don't love you. Krishna, I don't love you. So everyone fears life. This elephant is also fearful. Externally appears very strong, very powerful, but such is life. है ना? When we are sailing high, we don't know where we are going. But life is this. The elephant wasn't expecting, na? He wasn't at all expecting such a event to occur, such a meeting to happen, that he will be taken away by crocodile like this. And so much in his pride, na? Like before he was captured by the crocodile, the elephant was captured by his material attachments. Before the crocodile captured the elephant. Before the crocodile captured the elephant, he was captured by his material estimation, material calculation, material desires, material worries, all of that. So before the elephant was dying at the hands of the crocodile, he was dying of his pride. He was dying of his ego. So for us also, before we actually die, we have to die. We have to learn the art of dying before we die. We have to die, and die meaning die of our ego, our materialistic, egoistic understanding. That. So we can try singing Bhaja Gauranga, Kehe Gauranga. We can check on that. A beautiful song, but don't think so. Don't know who the author of this song is. I think, yeah, but yeah, very nice song. भज गौरांग कह गौरांग लह गौरांगेर नाम रे भज भज गौरांग कह गौरांग लह गौरांगेर नाम रे जय जना गौरांग भजे से हो अमर प्राण रे जय जना जय जना गौरांग भजे से हो अमर प्राण रे गौरांग भजिले गौरांग जपिले गौरांग भजिले जपिले दुख रो अवसान रे गौरांग गौरांग भजिले गौरांग जपिले दुखेर अवसान रे भज गौरांग कह गौरांग लह गौरांगे नाम रे भज गौरांग बुलिया दुबाहु तुलिया गौरांग बुलिया दुबाहु नचिया नचिया बेड़ौरे गौरांग बुलिया दुबाहु तुलिया नचिया नचिया बेड़ौरे भज गौरांगा कह गौरांगा लह गौरांगे नाम रे भज हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे नित्य गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल नित्य गौर हरि बोल नित्य गौर प्रेमानंदी श्रील प्रभुपाद की ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम महापुराण की. So we'll leave it here. We'll continue tomorrow, maybe or another day, and we'll see the last text in this chapter. But for now, thank you very much for your kind attention, participation, and encouragement. Granth Srimad Bhagavatam Mahapuran ki jai.